Hello, I'm on a Fox Sports Lab AFL Round 14. Chief, got to go through the tips. Now, last week, interesting from you, you changed your tip on Fox Footy from Adelaide to Richmond, and we're going to accept that. So you ran me down by 4. It's not a bad result from you. So
it was a very late change, but it's reflective of how early we put ours in before the teams come in. When the ins and outs came up for that game, just had to change.
Well, anyway, I'm still leading. That's all you need to know.
You're still a long way in front. It was a big weekend of risks for me, but it paid off, and I'm happy. At least I'm in the ball game.
Yeah, you're in the ball game. Righto, let's go to your home state for Friday night footy. Brisbane, St Kilda. Brisbane, back to their best last week, smacked the Doggies. Saints, well, they've won the last 2, but not convincingly. So I think Brisbane are a 5-goal better team up there. And 17 of the last 19 estate games have gone total points under. So we know what Ross likes to do with the game. Yep. And Brisbane will want to score. So tell us what that chemistry will do on Friday night.
Well, it'll be interesting. Brisbane have had the wood on the Saints. I think they won the last 4 against them in recent times. And St Kilda are eking out a couple of wins, but they're only just going. Mind you, I don't think Brisbane are anywhere near what we thought they were going to be. They certainly haven't reached the levels of last year. Eric Hipwood played the best game I've seen him play last week. Yeah. Mate, I can't believe he didn't get the top coaches' votes. They all went Lockie Neal. I had it the other way around. I thought Eric was the best over Lockie Neal. But anyway, if he plays like that, they're a much better team, Brisbane, and I think they'll win this one at home. But you're right, expect it to be low scoring. Ross doesn't get into shootouts.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Brisbane hard to beat, and I reckon they'll smack them. So get off to a flyer there. So Western Bulldogs Freo. So Freo coming off the bye, whacked Melbourne by 92 points. So you look at that and you say, righto, that forward power up front is going to be hard to stop for the Western Bulldogs. But Ed Richards comes back in. So you're leaning towards the Doggies?
It's a massive inclusion for them to go. The funny thing about the Dogs this year is they've been very good playing the teams above them, but dropping games that they shouldn't drop. But I have been won over by the Dockers, and I'm actually going with Freo because I think you'll tip the Bullies here at home.
I am going to tip them at home.
I'll go the Dockers.
Okay, righto. Let's go with that one. And just well in your favour, the Dockers have won the last 5 in Victoria, so they can win away from home like a good team can. Richmond and the Hawks, Dusty's 300th. Let's celebrate that. 3 North Smith medals, 3 premierships, Brownlow medals. Like, he's done everything in the game. It'll be a great celebration, the MCG, against our Hawkers, won't it?
It will be, and credit to him. I think it's going to be a great celebration. There'll be an enormous crowd at the MCG. But I've got to tell you, I'm worried about this one to go. Hawthorn are the form team of the competition. They've won 5 of the last 6 of the last 8. Should have won their last 6 straight. That's how well they're going. But you've got the enormity of the occasion. You've got the Tigers bouncing back with a win last week to get their confidence up. Now they bring Dusty back into the side. A massive day of celebration with the Tigers faithful. Oh boy, if they get in this game, the crowd are going to roar. I'm sticking with the Hawks. They are the form team of the comp, but genuinely worried by the Tigers here.
Yeah, I'm worried about the emotion too, but I'm going with the Hawk as well. 5 of 6. Their form is flying. We were talking draft picks earlier in the season. Now we're talking about maybe finals footy. So I just can't believe the turnaround in form, and they're playing exciting.
I'm not sure they're playing finals to go, but they're being very competitive, and I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, I do too. Well, get your hopes up either way. Adelaide and Adelaide. Who have Adelaide got? I've got it written down there. Adelaide and Sydney. So
yeah.
Geez, they've been so disappointing. He's under pressure now, Matty Nix. And Sydney, hang on, 30 points down and win by 35 points. Like, they are unstoppable. You'd be a brave man, Jason, to tip Adelaide this week.
I'm not that brave, Digger. I'm not that stupid. Sydney are the best thing going, as you say. They gave away the first 6 goals to the Cats before they got themselves going and won by 5 going away. Absolutely ridiculous. It's a midfield that can't be stopped, and which is one of the weaknesses for the Crows. And I just, as much as you could try and make a case, you can't for the Crows. They're battling. You know, they need Walker and Rankin in the lineup to have any chance, but you've got to go Sydney here.
Yeah, you're buying into that, aren't you? The midfield. Like that, they are phenomenal through the middle of that ground, aren't they?
And they're going to be there for a long time, the Sydney midfield too.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, rightly so. Let's go North Melbourne and Collingwood. You're the brave man to tip North Melbourne. Hadn't won for an eternity.
How good a tip was that?
I was crying on the couch. I'm just going, there's another one. There's another one.
Mind you, they were home and hosed and nearly gassed it in the last quarter.
I know.
Kangaroos.
Well,
oh,
they haven't
boy.
been in that position for such a long time. They're probably going, how do we win these games of footy?
Yeah.
But Collingwood, you'd expect them to beat them based on, talent alone. But you can't dismiss the effort they gave last week, North Melbourne, surely.
No, they'll try and be competitive, but you can't tip them this week. I don't think they'll be in the same position as last week in a winning position at any stage. But Collingwood, super impressive over the Ds. They have to make sure that their mindset's right, because you play one of the bottom teams thinking, we just turn up, we win. But they're pretty professional, pretty disciplined, and Collingwood should roll that one pretty comfortably.
And here's the last game. This is a danger game because the Giants, the wheels have almost come off, taking on Port Adelaide, coming off the bye. So GWS have lost 5 of their last 7 after such a strong start with 7-0. Like, what is happening to the Giants?
I don't know. It's a bit like your cat's comet crashed to Earth, and the orange tsunami has just turned into a little ripple, mate. There's absolutely nothing happening. So they got to get themselves going. Mate, I've watched them, and they are just there's good players playing average footy. This great midfield is lacking. It's not dominating. They miss Cornelio. I think he's an important player. They obviously miss Josh Kelly. He's got a lot of class. But you've got to tip them, because I don't think Port are going any good either. But I'm worried about both these teams, actually, at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going with Port. And the last 4 games, I'm going with Port.
Up in Sydney?
Up in Sydney, yep.
Wow, here we go. Game on.
Coming off the bye, and I'm just trying to pull away from you a little bit further. So the total points, though, is interesting with the Giants. So you'd mentioned the tsunami. So total points in the last 4 games have gone under. So they're just not scoring. I'm going to take Port Adelaide in that one. Now, big call time. Can I go first? Because it is Friday night and it's in the first quarter, my one. So Charlie Cameron, on a number of occasions at the Gabba in their home games, has kicked the first goal. So $9, the first goal scorer in the first quarter. Country road, take me home.
Jeez, you're going to need
a bit of luck. Charlie at the first.
You'll need a bit of luck because he couldn't draw the footy last week, let me tell you.
Well, he couldn't draw it because they held their forwards, in terms of against the Doggies. So I reckon they like to leave him one out. St Kilda's defence, he will literally rip them apart with his speed. So that's my big call. What's yours?
I'm going to the G, Saturday, twilight, the big occasion. Dustin Martin, not sure about the result, but Dusty is going to kick 3+ in game number 300. To send the crowd into a frenzy.
Wow. 3 for 3. Love it. I love it. Well done, Chief. Look forward to the round ahead. We're in, obviously, bye round at the moment, but we'll be back next week and preview round 15.
A couple of different tips. Hopefully, I can claw back a little more ground. Catch you next week.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.